Can you mention at least 5 countries in Africa? Africa. Africa is not a country. Dang it! I don't know, man. Oh my god. I don't even.
Alright, my bad, y'all. My bad. I said Africa was a country. I didn't mean to. Africa's a continent with many countries in it. I do realize that. My apologies.
The poorest country in the world. Africa. What is the poorest country in the world?
Africa. Ishowspeed have intentionally or unintentionally opened a whole new box for the world to see Africa as it is, and I can tell you that the fruits of this store will outlive this generation. A lot of people, not just Black Americans but other continents, have come to see Africa differently. Let's see some reactions, but before that, this is Project Rise Africa. Kindly subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be part of this Africa project. Let's go.
What is the poorest country in the world?
Africa.
What is the poorest country in the world?
Africa.
What is the poorest country in the world?
Africa. Mention at least 5 countries in Africa. Africa. Africa is not a country. Dang it! I don't know, man. Oh my god. I don't even.
Alright, my bad, y'all. My bad. I said Africa was a country. I didn't mean to. Africa's a continent with many countries in it. I do realize that. My apologies. I was rushing. I was in my fields and I had to go to work like minutes after. So I was just trying to get the video out. Again, thank you for all the wishes. Thank you for all the love and all the invites. Like, I really feel welcome. I truly do. There's a lot of people saying don't come, but then 70% of the people are saying come. And really, I just want to spread all awareness on all aspects in Africa, not just some parts. Like, if I'm coming, I'm going to multiple different countries, not just the good countries, not just, what are y'all saying, South Africa? I'm going to all east, north, west, and south. I'm going everywhere.
As an African American and someone who is passionate about my heritage, one of my dreams is to visit Africa. That's one of my dreams, and that's one thing I'm going to do before I leave this world.
A lot of African people became Beninese, so everyone can do it.
You came Beninese?
Yeah.
So what were you before?
Martinican.
Also, I'm in Africa for the first time. Do I feel exponentially better? Absolutely. Is my hair softer? Yes. Is my skin brighter? Yes. Is it breaking out a little bit because of the traveling? Yes. But I feel so much better. And it's so funny because a lot of the locals are like, you can relax, you can relax, you can have fun. You're not in the war zone anymore. You can disarm yourself, soldier. And you really do realize your level of tenseness. Like, you're so tense, you're so uptight, you can't just relax in the States. And I would say argue that, like, globally, really, I'm not gonna act like Africa doesn't have its issues and its parts of areas and countries that are going through a lot right now, but where I am right now is carefree, it's half fun, it's let loose, and I'm trying to really honor that. So half work, half play, but I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to be here. If you are a Black American, please find your way home. It is amazing. I've only had 1 day here and it's been a magical day, and I can't wait to see what the rest of my time here looks like, and I'm so grateful, and I hope to share more soon. Talk to y'all. Peace.
Black Americans, if you have the opportunity to visit somewhere, I would say visit Africa. Like, go see what Africa is about. Like, there are amazing places in Africa. You're gonna see how loved you are. People are very welcoming and just happy, even with the conditions. They're happy. I think it's a good perspective. You're gonna get a good perspective on life, and that's why I like traveling. You get to see other things that, you know, just make you appreciate life more, understand other cultures. But being Black, if you were born here, definitely, if you get the opportunity, go to Africa. Let me tell you, they will love you there. Being African, I never knew a thing as, oh, black and white. It was just, there was no differentiation within your color.
I am a Black American and I absolutely love to travel to the continent of Africa. It's my favorite continent in the whole wide world. But one of my biggest fears is that the more Black Americans come to this continent, they will not handle it with grace and with care. And also understand that negative news about the continent literally drives people's internalized fear that Africa is inherently bad, and it literally feeds stereotypes. I'm not telling people how they should feel. I'm just saying that as Black Americans, with all your Western ideology and our privilege and our internalized challenges with the continent already, let's make sure we handle it with more care and more grace.
People in West Africa are starting to live better than people in the Western world. Now, I'm not talking about everybody, but I'm talking about if you're well-to-do, if you're doing pretty good in your life, it's better to be doing really well in Africa than it is to be in America. Now, I'm currently in America, and it's like a little bit of a culture shock coming back from Africa, because when you come here, you're around people who, on paper, they're very successful, rich, and all that. But all these people are drowning in debt. They got a nice car, but they don't own it. They've got a lease on it. They may say that they own a house, but they kind of do, but they have a huge mortgage on it. But in Africa, people own everything outright. And what does this lead to, like, in day-to-day life? Well, when you know someone who's well-to-do in Africa, they're a lot more relaxed. They feel like they can go on trips with you. They're a lot more generous. People here, even though they may have a lot of money on paper in America, the second they let their foot off the gas, the second they stop hustling, those bills will catch up on them really quick. And it shows like kind of why I feel West Africa is the future, because here people are putting up an appearance of being rich, well-to-do, but it's fueled by debt, and it's fueled by them working 2 jobs. Husband and wife are both working high-paying jobs, 50 hours a week each, and doing all of that to just create this facade. Whereas in West Africa, once these guys have made it, they're living good lives. They're having that balance in life, and they're not killing themselves. So I think long-term, who am I betting on? I'm betting on the lifestyle of West Africa.
When I first came to America, one thing I couldn't wrap my head around is how Americans view Africa. Like, no matter how much, the way they talked about, I couldn't believe they were being real. But bruh, being here for a couple of years, I'm just saying, I'm starting to see where they're coming from. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that right on how they view Africa, because these people genuinely think we live in huts or village houses. Like, if you tell an American you're from Africa, they'll be like, oh, so how was it in your little village or tribe? Like that. They don't believe the cities there. Anyways, that was until I saw the adverts they have on TV. When I tell you, bruh, you won't recognize your own country. I used to see adverts like, oh, help a child in Uganda for $1. You can help a starving child in Uganda. Me personally, I've never been to Uganda. So I was like, maybe. That's how Uganda is. Until I was watching another ad, and I felt so sorry for the kid. They have a child there. His nail pointing at his mouth for $1. You know what I mean? They make it really sad. And then at the end, I hear, help a kid in Zambia. Even I didn't recognize my own country. Where do they go to shoot those films? I've never been there. Where they filmed that, I don't know where that is. Like, did they? What?
Africa is the only continent that does not have to import anything. They don't need your oil. They don't need your gas. They don't need your gold. They don't need your food. They don't need your rice. They don't need your cattle. They don't need your corn. They don't need nothing. It is the only continent that does not have to import anything.
Open. As an African American and someone who is passionate about my heritage, one of my dreams is to visit Africa. That's one of my dreams, and that's one thing I'm going to do before I leave this world. I just have to build up enough funds to actually make that trip, because what I want to do is I want to stay for a couple weeks. The biggest dream I have when it comes to getting to Africa is to walk right back through that door of no return. That would mean so much to me. So, to my African family out there, love you guys. Hope to meet you all one day. I have got in contact with some of my cousins who are there. And I've got in contact with them through the ancestry DNA testing that I've done. And some of them said that, hey, if I come, they'll help me out and stuff, and they'll, show me around, meet me. But I do want to walk through that door of no return. I just have to figure out the places that I do want to go, the places that I do want to visit, places that I want to see. I love food. I love African food. I love people, so I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully one of these days, I don't know when, but like I said, I got to build up the funds to make that trip. So definitely looking forward to it. Any recommendations will be awesome. Anything to do while I'm there will be awesome. Would definitely appreciate that. All right.
100% African.
After Ishowspeed's Africa tour, the world began seeing Africa through the new lens, not as a stereotype, but as a vibrant hub of culture, innovation, energy, and opportunity. Millions witnessed modern cities, creative youths, thriving businesses, and undeniable influence. And that visibility is already translating into curiosity, tourism, investment, and a stronger sense of global belonging. Africa is no longer being viewed from a distance. It is being engaged, explored, and embraced. I will see you again. Thank you.